Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining me today. And today we will be talking about nouns and proper nouns. So, I bet you're asking yourself, what is a noun? So, a noun can be one of three things: a person. Anytime you see a person mentioned in a sentence, it can be your mom, it could be your brother, your grandma, anyone you don't even know. It's a noun. A noun can also be a place. Anywhere you can think of, like your house or even school, are nouns too. Finally, a noun can be a thing or object. The chair you're sitting in, the clothes you have on, or even your parents' cars. They are nouns too. So let's work with nouns. Let's try to identify some nouns within these sentences I have constructed. So let's take a look at the first sentence together. The boy drove to the store to buy some more apples. So we know that a noun is a person, place, or thing. So who's the person mentioned within this sentence? The boy. And then where's the location? The store. And what did he get? Some apples, because you can hold an apple, so that's an object or a thing. All right, let's go on to number 2. Amanda and Matthew were playing with a big red ball. So this one's very simple because right away you know Amanda and Matthew are both people. So there we go. And so now at the end we have a big red ball. So what's something you can actually hold? And this is where it might get tricky because you would think you would go with big and red as well, but you're actually just going to do a ball because the ball is the actual thing. Alrighty, let's go on to number 3. The girl was baking cookies at her grandparents' house. So, who's the person in this sentence? The girl. And then what can you hold, or what's the thing or object? Cookies. And then where? At her grandparents' house. Alrighty, here's a little video I found that I think helps explain what nouns are perfectly, and it's very catchy.
Well, every person you can know, and every place that you can go, and anything that you can show, you know they're nouns. A noun's a special kind of word. It's any name you ever heard. I find it quite interesting. A noun's a person, place, or thing. Oh, I took a train to another state. The flora and the fauna that I saw were really great. When I saw some bandits chasing the train, I was wishing I was back home again. I took a train to another state. Well, every person you can know, like a bandit or an engineer, and every place that you can go, like a state or a home, and anything that you can show, like animals and plants or a tree, you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, Mrs. Jones is a lady on Hudson Street. She sent her dog to bark at my brother and me. We gave her dog a big fat bone, and now he barks at Mrs. Jones. She's a lady who lives on Hudson Street. Well, every person you can know, Mrs. Jones, a lady or a brother, and every place that you can go, like a street or a corner, and anything that you can show, like a dog or a bone, you know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, I took a ferry to the Statue of Liberty. My best friend was waiting there for me. He took an early ferry. We went for a walk on the island, you know, and in the middle of summer it started to snow, and I took a ferry to the Statue of Liberty. Well, every person you can know, like a friend or the captain of a ship, every place that you can go, an island or a sea, anything that you can show, like a statue, a ferry, or snow. You know they're nouns. You know they're nouns. Oh, I put a dime in the drugstore record machine. Oldie Goldie started playing, if you know what I mean. I heard Johnny Decker, he was doing the twist, and the Beatles and the Monkeys, it goes like this. I put a dime in the drugstore record machine. Well, every person you can know, the Beatles and the Monkeys, Chubby Checker, every place that you can go, like a neighborhood or a store, and anything that that you can show. Like a dime or a record machine, you know they're nouns. A noun's a special kind of word. It's any name you ever heard. I find it quite interesting. A noun's a person, place, or thing. A noun is a person, place, or thing.
Okay, so now it's your guys' turn. I'm going to give you a few minutes to pause this video and try to pick out the nouns from these sentences yourselves. Then when you're ready, push play and we will go over the answers together. Alright, so let's go over these sentences. So number 1, Hannah went to the park to play with Emma. So right away, this is an easy one. So we have Hannah is our person, went to the park, so that's our location, to play with Emma. Emma is also a person. So in this sentence, there's actually no object mentioned, just two people and a place. So number 2, Joey played video games at Luke's house all day. So Joey is our person, and then video games are our object, and then Luke's house is our location. It might be kind of difficult to understand, or it's sometimes hard to understand that Luke's house, some might think that's the person in the sentence, but it's Luke's house is the location, actually. So the boy went to the dentist office for a checkup. Okay, the boy went to where? The dentist office. And now this one actually tripped me up too, because you never know what's a noun. For a checkup is actually the thing. It's not an object, it's a thing. Alrighty. So now we're going to take nouns one step further and learn about proper nouns. Proper nouns are still the same as normal nouns, as they still include people, places, and things, but it's however, we use the noun's proper name, the name that we have given it. So let's look at these pictures. Here on the top we have a building, a dog, and a hospital. So let's say you're going on a trip to New York City and you're saying, oh, me and my family, we went in this building. So proper nouns are really to just help clarify. So what building did you go into? We went into the Empire State Building. It helps clarify what you're talking about and is less vague. So in the same sense, you could say, for the dog, you can say, oh, the other day I was petting this dog. And so if you use its real name, it helps clarify for the people. Because what dog were you petting? Oh, I was petting Trixie. It's the name the owners gave the dog. Okay, so let's go to the hospital here. So you could say, I stayed at the hospital all weekend. Or you could say, what hospital did you stay at? The University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. So instead of being vague with hospital, you're saying the exact name so people know exactly what you're talking about. So let's identify some of the proper nouns within these sentences. Let's replace some of the normal noun or non-proper nouns with the proper nouns. So the boy drove to the store to buy some more apples. So we cover up the boy because that's not what boy drove to the store. We have Adam, and then drove to the store to buy some more apples. Well, what store did Adam drive to? He drove to Walmart, because then you replace the store, it's an exact store he went to. Alright, number 2. Joey played video games at Luke's house all day. So this one's actually pretty simple because there's a lot of proper nouns already in here. So Joey played video games at Luke's house all day. What games was Joey playing at Luke's house? We can put any video game name here, but for this sense, let's put Mario Kart. So Joey played Mario Kart at Luke's house all day. Okay, number 3. Hannah went to the park to play with Emma. This one, again, already has quite a few proper nouns within it. But if Hannah was telling her mom, I'm going to the park to play with Emma, what park did she go to? She went to Maple Park. It helps clarify where Hannah was going. Okay, so now we're going to do this again where you can pause it for a few minutes and you're going to take the words highlighted in red and replace them with take words from the word bank below and put them in the sentences that make the most sense, that replace the improper nouns with proper nouns. So you can pause now and we'll go over them when you are done. Okay, so let's go over these. So number 1, the boy went to the city to visit his Uncle Dave. So cover up the improper nouns. So the boy, so which one of the words from the bottom is a proper boy's name? Nolan. Okay, Nolan went to the city to visit his Uncle Dave. Well, what city did Nolan go to visit Dave in? What's the proper noun or proper name of a city in the word bank? Des Moines. Alrighty, number 2. The girl took her dog to the store to get its hair cut. So what's a proper girl's name from the bottom word bank? Maggie. Good job. And then took to the store to get its hair cut. Well, what store did she go to? Petco. During this month, we have a lot of schoolwork to get done. During this month, during October? Yep, because it's the actual date. It's the actual month's name. Alright guys, thank you so much for logging on and watching this video today. Next class we'll be learning about pronouns, and I hope you all stay healthy and can't wait to talk to you then.